Welcome to USB Hole, the podcast where we talk out of our asses. I'm Chill,
I'm the child.
and today we are going to be playing Would You Rather. So, we have found some Would You Rather questions. We're going to tell you our answer, and we're going to tell you why. So, since you decided to find 900 Would You Rather questions, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. We're gonna keep it fun and lighthearted this week. Um, have a little good fun time.
Unless we get
Um,
really irate about these Would You Rather questions, which might actually happen.
oh, us? No way, never.
No.
Okay, the first one that I picked, so this was like 150 or something. So I just kind of scrolled through randomly and picked some different ones. Some are more lighthearted. I picked the first one was, would you rather master every instrument or be fluent in every language? So
I thought when you
I
said master, you were going to say something else, but
would you rather master every instrument? No. I would rather be fluent in every language.
me too.
Which would you rather? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, playing instruments is cool. I can play a couple, not that great, and like one pretty decently. But I feel like it's not a skill that's going to take me anywhere in life. And like, if I was fluent in every language, I could communicate with so many more people and make everyone's life a lot easier, not
Yeah.
just my own.
Yeah, I played a couple instruments and I'm not great at them. So I guess it would be more fun if I was better at them, but it really doesn't transfer to anything. Like I don't want to be in a band. I don't want to travel and play like on the streets or as a busker or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
no offense to anyone who does. I'm not saying it's a bad job. I'm just saying that I don't personally want to do it. But talking to people in other languages, that'd be awesome. You
Yeah,
meet a
like you
lot of
could go
cool people.
anywhere. Yeah. And help other people not feel left out when they're trying to be a part of a conversation and they don't know what everyone else is saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. All right, my first would you rather question I picked is, would you rather work a high paying job that you hate or your dream job with only enough money for basic necessities?
That's one of the ones that I also picked.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was your answer?
Good thing we picked a decent amount of them. Um, some people right now don't even have enough money at their job for basic necessities, so I kind of feel bad picking this question because you need to pay more. People pay more. Anyway, um, I would rather work the dream job right now. So as of like my situation right now, I would rather do the dream job only because I feel like I'm stable enough. Me and my boyfriend are stable enough to do something like that. If you asked me 10 years ago, I would have picked the money 100% of the time. So I think this would you rather is a little situational because having your dream job of course would be nice, but not everyone can do that.
Yeah. I I agree. It is situational. I wouldn't pick the same thing. I currently am having living my dream job and never have any money because all of my money goes into the business. And I've also worked jobs that I hated where I made a lot of money. And at least when I wasn't at work, I could enjoy my time with my friends and family. And so I think that ultimately I would still pick to have money and hate my job because when work's over, I could have a life outside of work where your dream job, like, yes, okay, oh, do what you love and you never work a day in your life, but you do. You work every day of your life.
See,
When
that's
you're not
not
at work, you're working.
that's not what I'm saying though, because I do not think I'm not saying make your hobby your job. That's a totally different thing. My dream job is a job that I know I still have to go to work every day and I know I still will probably end up hating it eventually or not having fun 24/7. I'm not looking to have fun 24/7. A job's a job. But my dream job would still be better than a job I hate in my eyes. So it's
Okay,
situational.
yeah, That's all right. We don't have to agree. But I get where you're saying it is slightly different. It could be where the job you love the job, but it's not all consuming. That's
Like
my
you just,
problem.
yeah, you
When it's
just
all
know it's
consuming.
gonna be a job in the long run. I mean, a job, but as long as you don't want to die when you come home every day,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose. All right. My other one, like I said, that was one of the ones on my list, so I'm gonna skip it. Okay. Would you rather live where you're always too hot or always too cold? I feel like this is a no-brainer, but I could be wrong. I don't want to speak for all the people out there, but I would definitely always rather be too cold. I could just put on a jacket. I'm always hot no matter what, so I would definitely rather be too cold.
This is also situational for me. I don't know if that's against the rules, but um
There's no rules. We make this
I
shit up as we go along.
that's true. That's why we talk out of our asses. Um I would rather, if the too cold includes snow, I'd rather be too hot. If it doesn't include snow, because after a certain point it doesn't really snow anymore, it's just cold as shit. So if that's the case, then I'll pick too cold because I can always bundle up. But
Yeah,
too hot, I don't like sweating and I'm a sweaty person, so
I'm
no.
taking it as a temperature only, not an environmental. Like, we don't have to, snow doesn't have to be involved.
Okay. Then I pick
Yeah,
cold.
yeah. Just put on a jacket. Lord knows we have so many of them. We're both wearing sweaters right now.
And we both live in places where it's probably too hot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 95 degrees outside right now, and I'm wearing a sweater. But I'm
Oh.
also really hot right now.
It's 75 here, but I have the air on, so I'm kind of cold.
Yeah.
All right,
All
my
right.
next one is, would you rather eliminate the emotion of anger or guilt?
Mm,
So, what do you feel inside more, anger or guilt? I would assume this is asking. Um, I would I would get rid of the emotion of anger, only because I'm angry way more than I'm guilty. I can avoid doing things that would make myself feel guilty, but other situations and other people cause me to be angry and I cannot control them. So I can control guilt, I can't control anger. So that's why I'm getting rid of anger.
See, I think I would go the opposite way. I would need
Really?
to get rid of, yeah, I would need to get rid of guilt because even though I do get angry easily, I also can get over it a little quickly, unless it's like something that I'm like really passionate about. But I feel so much guilt for anything. So, like, you can ask me to do something and I will be as busy as I could possibly be, but I will just feel so bad if I tell you no, I can't help you, that I will just mess up my entire day to help you do what you need done. Or I will feel bad about it all day long because I didn't help you when you needed me. Or any other stupid thing that I don't do. Like I would just feel guilt or remorse, not because I've done something wrong, which is a problem in and of itself because I need to be able to tell people no. And if I couldn't feel guilt, then I could tell people no, and I could have more time to get things done.
Yeah, that's where, if you internalize guilt and have guilt when guilt shouldn't be there,
Yeah,
I definitely would get rid of guilt and I'd be on the same page. I've developed the I don't give a fuck anymore mentality, so
yeah.
guilt has left the building.
Externally, I live on that wavelength, but inside I'm like, and I'm just like whining to myself for days about how I didn't do something or how I did something, and oh man, what if I said something and then that hurt their feelings? And like sometimes you just gotta get over it, and I
Yeah.
don't get over it. So I think getting rid of guilt would be much better for me.
Yeah, I think I internalize way too many other things that guilt has just gone out the wayside because all the anxiety and anger and everything else has been building up so much that you got to
Yeah.
push something out of the way. But I'm sick of being angry. So and you're sick of
Oh,
being guilty. So
yeah.
I think that works.
Oh, okay.
What's your next one?
My next one was, this is like a classic, I think, like throwback that everyone has thought about once in their life. The would you rather have the ability to fly or be invisible? I would totally want to fly. I feel like it would just be so much better because I don't want to be invisible and then like I'm standing somewhere and you don't know I'm there. Like that's such an invasion of privacy. And I feel invisible most of the time anyway. Internalize that. But no,
Mood.
flying would be so cool. Yeah. You could just like up and like travel and I hate traffic, obviously. I could just like fly above all of the traffic. I think that would be so much fun and less invasive.
Yeah, I think I would pick flying if it didn't make me sick. I think that I would have a nausea problem, and I think that I don't know. I also don't like birds.
Well, I think you don't have to like fly necessarily as high as a plane, so maybe it wouldn't bother your equilibrium. You wouldn't get all unbalanced.
That's true, but we only went, what, 4,500 feet yesterday into the mountains, and I feel like throwing up today. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you
No.
can't, especially, okay, so the reason why flying cars don't work is because everyone's an asshole, and if you put that many assholes into the air, there's going to be problems.
Mhm.
You know how airplanes have air traffic controllers? These people are paid tons of money to control what is going on in the air. You can't do that for 9 million people. Like,
Well, everyone else isn't gonna fly, just me.
oh,
I'm just gonna fly. In
well,
my situation, in my scenario, that's how I'm seeing it. I can fly and you guys can't. I guess I maybe would let you, but you don't want to, so I don't have to.
exactly. I would be invisible only because, not because I want to like spy on people or anything, but I just want to be able to explore places without getting in trouble or without like animals seeing me and trying to kill me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like, I want to go hiking, but I'm scared of mountain lions and bears. So, if they can't see me, they can still hear me and sniff me out. But I think without being able to see me, it would make it a little harder for them to kill me.
Yeah.
And I could like go into concerts and stuff without paying because I'm cheap.
Okay, now you got
And
me maybe want to switch.
see, see, I'll become visible once I get into the places. I just want to be invisible to walk past security.
Like you're just gonna turn it on and off. Like what do you think you would
Yeah.
do? This isn't part of it, but like how what would you want to do to like turn your invisibility on and off? Like
What do
how
you
would you
mean?
make it work? You know,
Like,
like how do you make yourself invisible? Like you like snap your finger, you like blink your eyes 7 times, or like you know what I mean?
I have no idea. I just figured it would come naturally when you picked whatever.
Oh.
Like it was already a pre-built thing. Like you have to do it this way, but that wasn't part of the thing. So
No, I was just making it up.
I know. But if it was like, oh, you have to kill two people or you have to make a witch's brew in order to do this,
Whoa.
I would be like,
Mm.
probably not. You
Yeah,
can't
oh
just
my
add
gosh.
stipulations.
Everything's situational again. I don't think
Exactly.
I would want to fly if I had to. Well, I know I wouldn't want the ability to fly if I had to kill 2 people to be able to do it. I'd
Exactly.
probably pass on flying, but no, again, not probably. I wouldn't kill 2 people to be able to fly. Let me reiterate, I'm
Probably.
not killing anyone. Allegedly. Anyway,
But see, you
what's your
can't just
next
add
one?
stipulations because then it becomes a whole nother question.
Yeah.
All right, my next question is, would you prefer to be famous or be the best friend of someone famous? I thought about this, and the first thing I thought was be the best friend of someone famous because the last thing I want is a bunch of people to know who I am as we sit here and do a podcast.
Like
Uh,
she says while recording a podcast.
it's fine if a couple people know who I am. I just don't want like I'm assuming when they say famous, they mean famous.
Right.
So I immediately said best friend, but then I went back and thought about it for a second, and I don't want to be the best friend of someone famous. Because if you were, I'm just assuming here, best friends of someone famous is usually someone they met before they became famous or like while they were still kind of not famous. Um, and a lot of times fame will change someone. So the person who you were best friends with beforehand may not be the same person after they become famous. And also, being a best friend of someone famous, you're still probably going to be famous in some way, but you don't get all the glory and you don't get all the money. So
You
it's like,
get
what's the point?
Yeah, you get like the hardships. You still get like the creeps that are
Yeah.
like trying to stalk you to get in with the famous person, but not the recognition of the unasked for attention that you got just from being friends with somebody else who's in the spotlight.
And it's probably worse that way because people will think because you're not famous that you'll actually respond to them or do stuff for them in order
Yeah.
to get to the famous person, whereas if you're famous you can just ignore all those people and no one would bat an eye.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I don't think I'd want to be the best friend of someone famous.
Yeah, at
But
least give me
like
money.
if I was now currently, like if my current best friend, who I've been best friends with for 28, almost 29 years, if she randomly became famous, like I don't think I'd want to stop being her friend, but also I know her and her personality, and she 100% would be so different. It would all go to her head, which I mean, I can't say that wouldn't happen to me, like
Right.
I'd probably be completely different too. I'd still be over here apologizing for absolutely nothing. But yeah, I think I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you if I would or wouldn't change. I would hope that if I do change it's for the better,
Yeah.
but we all know how that goes.
Yeah, you don't know till you live it.
Exactly.
Would you rather's are so hard because if you're not just like a straightforward or like a narcissist, really, if you're not a narcissist, would you rather is always situational.
Right.
Yeah, you can't like our personalities, we can't just pick one. You know what I mean? Unless it's
Yeah.
like, would you rather have coffee or tea? Obviously, I'm going to pick coffee because addiction. But I do
Yeah,
love tea too, but I'm going to pick coffee.
it's
But
all
that's not the
very
question.
subjective, so
Yes.
or
Yes.
objective. I never remember which is which.
Objective.
Okay.
Um, okay, so my next one, I don't 100% understand. Like, I need a little backstory to it, but
Okay.
I'm gonna pick it situational. Which like the title of this episode, situational. Would you rather?
Yeah, because we're a mess.
Yeah. Okay, so would you rather have no eyebrows or one brow? So I don't know. Is it asking me, do I want just an eyebrow on one side or do I want a unibrow?
Oh,
Like,
I
will it
was
go
doing like
all the
one
way?
side.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is it asking, do I only want one? Like, is it just gonna be one side? Is it gonna be all the way across? Is it just gonna be in the middle? Like, I'm not quite sure the question's asking, but I guess I'd like if it was a unibrow, I'd pick a unibrow. Otherwise, I'd pick no brows because I don't think I want a brow just on one side. But the purpose of an eyebrow is to like, help keep stuff out of your eyes. So like medically, yeah, I'd probably want one to keep stuff out of my eye, but also like lots of people don't have eyebrows and you know, that's fine.
Well, I
So
feel like
that's
sometimes the
tough.
eyebrows just go into your freaking eye anyway, so
Yeah. So I guess I'd probably go with no brows or a unibrow. But I don't want one eyebrow just only on one eye.
no, I'm totally with you on that. If it's a unibrow, I'll take it over no eyebrow because no eyebrow, like you said, you need that just to cover your eyes. I don't know, it would be weird not having one, but yeah, if I have to have a unibrow, that's fine. I
Yeah.
mean, I think what this is, if this is really like someone was deep thinking about it, I would think that they are actually talking about just having one eyebrow on one side, because otherwise this question would be kind of bunk, because if I have a unibrow, I could just pluck the hair in between every day. It's not that big of a deal. But having one eyebrow on one side, I'm just going to shave the other one off.
Yeah. If it's a one or the other situation, I'm going with no eyebrows.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Because that
Can the writer of this article please tweet
clarify.
us at Chillin' Child and let us know what you meant by one eyebrow? And you guys also tweet us with your would you rathers at Chillin' Child. Hit us up, and also any feedback from previous episodes because we love to converse with you.
Yeah, you could either answer these ones, what would you do, or give us more to answer, have a conversation about it, or both. I don't care.
Yeah,
You do you, boo. All right,
I
so
do
my
care.
next
I could care less. It's
could care
possible.
less. Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
getting so many. Okay. Um, my next one I found not on this website that had a million because they kept repeating themselves, but I found this one on Reddit. So if you had a child and you found out a year after they were born that they were switched at birth, would you keep them or would you switch them back?
I would keep it. Oh, sorry. You're supposed to
No,
answer
go for
first.
it. No,
Oh,
go for it.
I would keep it, and then also I would tell the other people to give me my baby back, and I would have them both.
So then the people who you switched with would have nothing.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
I mean, or I would try to work out some kind of situation with the first family where like I could see the other one too. But like you already had a year-long bond with that baby. Like you can
Yeah.
just give it away. But then also I wouldn't want the baby that got switched on me to think that I didn't want it just because I found out. Like now I know that baby exists.
Yeah. I
Just
think a
tough.
year is a short amount of time, but I still think I would keep the baby I was given. Because then at that point, it's just like an adoption swap type thing.
Yeah.
But I would, like you said, try and like reach out to the other parent and maybe just get some kind of custody agreement type thing down
Yeah.
where
Could we
like
just all live together like one
yeah.
big family?
Well, have you seen Switched at Birth? Because that was
Yeah.
basically the premise of that.
Yes, I
But
had.
I think again it's situational because I said only a year, but what if it was like
Yeah.
5 weeks? If it was only a couple
Yeah.
weeks, I'd probably switch back. But if it was like 10 years, you're definitely not getting my kid. That's my kid.
Yeah. If it was like you came into my room at the maternity ward and like you brought the baby in after it got all cleaned up and you're like, oh, here it is. And then we're like bonding for an hour and then you come back, you're like, whoops, wrong baby. And then you bring me my other baby back. Like maybe then I'd be like, okay, we can switch them. Thanks for letting me hang out with your baby for a little bit. But I think any longer than a day, I'd be like, no, that's my baby. Like, nope.
I don't know.
That's but I can form an emotional attachment to something in a matter of seconds.
I've also
It's
never
just
had kids, so this is hard to
yeah,
determine how I would feel. I don't know.
yeah,
Because at that age, it's just like, I don't know, like, did I really form a bond with you? But also that would be my baby and just not just a random baby or like a family member's baby. It would be mine. So I don't know. There was that
it's
episode
tough.
of The Office where Pam accidentally started breastfeeding the wrong baby in the bathroom. And it's like, is that even enough to bond? Because she put that baby right back and grabbed her own.
Yeah, gosh. These are some hard hitting would you rathers.
I know. That's a tough
Man,
one because
definitely.
I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. I'll probably never know. And I'm
Yeah,
hoping that no one ever has to deal with that either because that's a tough situation. Even
that
without
is.
having a kid, I can't choose.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with something a little more lighthearted on this one. All right, would you rather
Sorry.
get no, that's okay. some of them are like more serious and some are more fun, but I mean it's still fun, whatever.
That's true.
we're we're just too emotionally involved.
That's true. Very
Um,
true.
okay, my next one was, would you rather get $100 to kiss a stranger or $1 to kiss someone you love? Obviously, I'm going for the hundo. Like, it's just a kiss. Give me $100.
Yeah. I read this one and I wanted to know if it was $1 every time you kissed your loved one and 100 every time you kiss a stranger, or if it was just a one-time deal.
Hmm.
Because if
I mean,
it's
I
a
could kiss more
one-time
than one
deal,
stranger.
I'm kissing all the strangers, and it's $100 each time. But then if it's a one-time deal and you're only getting $1 because it's only one person you love, forget that. But if it's every time you kiss them, like you can get $1 every time you kiss them, I'll probably go with that because over time I live with them. I could just get a ton of money. I'm looking at the
Also,
long con.
also you have to think about like what kind of kiss. Like you just walking around putting pecks on everyone for $100? Are you like full on making out for $100? Because
True.
like if you're going in for the long haul, like you and cut them up, you got to make out like every 10 minutes just to make $1. That could become very exhausting. If it's
That's
just a
true.
little peck, then yeah, cool. Go in for the long haul and like make that money, girl.
Well, it says kiss, so I'm assuming if I'm talking about Frenchin, I'm saying making out. So if it's just
Yeah,
like a kiss, I don't know.
yeah.
Some of these are a
Get
little
that
too
money.
ambiguous. It's
Yeah.
like I need someone to give me bullet points and more details. I want it to be intricate. I want
Yeah.
a whole story here.
I mean, if these were yes or no answers with little to no thought involved, this podcast would have been over 20 minutes ago.
That's true.
So that's good.
That's
We're
true.
forward thinkers.
That's very true.
Uh,
Before I go into my next one, I just wanted to let everyone know that you should go check out my friend Leisha's website. She is selling jewelry, and the month of June is AMC Awareness Month, which is one of the charities that she's sponsoring. She has now blue glitter along with the purple glitter because blue is the color for the AMC awareness. So if you want to go check her out to get some of her fine jewelry, she has the glitter stuff and a ton of other awesome stuff. You can click the link in the description, and if you use code USBHOLE, USBHOLE, you get 10% off.
and that goes to great charities. Thanks, guys.
Yes, yes. All right, so would you rather never have to work again or never have to sleep again?
Easy.
Really?
I love sleeping. It is my favorite thing to do all day. I would definitely not work and get to sleep. So,
I didn't think this would be that easy for other people. I just thought I was lazy and would also pick work because I do like sleeping.
yeah.
So,
I get the concept that a lot of people would choose that they wouldn't want to have to go to work again, like to just be able to do whatever and have time in their day for things. But then I do see, like, I know a lot of people train themselves on shorter sleep schedules so they have more time in their day, or people who do like I don't remember what the name of it is, where like you sleep like a couple hours and then you're awake and then you sleep like 2 hours and you're
yeah.
like whatever that rotation is because they want more time throughout their day. But I enjoy sleeping, whether it's for 2 hours or 5 minutes. So I would not give up sleeping.
And also, I know sleeping's required, but a lot of times it's something that I like and want to do. I never want to go to work. I mean,
Right?
regardless of how much I like my job and regardless of how much I like my coworkers, which currently I do, I still don't want to go in.
Yeah. It's the concept of it's work still, no matter how good it is.
Right.
So I feel like that question was made for like mature adults.
That question was made for us because we like to sleep.
Yes. I love sleeping.
I
It's
do
my
want to know, though, how you're getting paid to live in this scenario.
I think it's one of those, this is just a hypothetical situation, so you're not supposed to think that far into it.
Yeah, but that's what we're doing here. We're being obnoxious and trying to pull apart all these would you rather questions because I need to know all the whys and hows.
Whoa. Okay, not to interrupt you, but it's 2022 and my house phone's ringing right now.
And what?
My house phone is ringing.
Oh, landline alert.
Yes, my landline. My landline's ringing.
That's
Um,
weird. It's probably
what
spam.
maybe, oh, I'm sure. Maybe it's a situation where you're in a dual income home and you just don't have to work because the other person is now going to make up your income. So somebody else has to do all the work so that you can keep sleeping. That seems
That
not fair.
no,
We'd
that
have to
seems
go,
that
we would
seems
have to
bad.
go back to the first question about getting rid of guilt because I would be so guilty if somebody had to work so that I didn't have to.
Or maybe it's like you automatically just get everything you need. But then if you have any wants, it's like, no, you just get housing, you just get shelter, you get food, you get water. But if that was the case, I would never want to sleep again because
No.
I have an addiction to buying things. And if I don't have any extra income, then how am I going to buy things?
I would just still choose sleep because that's what I would do for my fun pastimes. Take a little nap. Like I'm bored, let me take a nap.
Take a little nappy
Uh,
doo.
because I mean, if you don't work, but you could still sell stuff, so maybe you like had something that you didn't want anymore, and then you sold it and you bought something else, or
I
like
feel like
maybe
that's
you
work.
no, it's just selling something. You're not
Mm,
working, you're just selling it. You know, like maybe you had like a dresser you didn't want anymore, so you just like sold it, and then you
okay, but
bought
eventually you're
something
going to
else.
run out of things.
Can you just get more things? Can you just like, can we? It's like it's 2007 and you're just on Craigslist getting free stuff and then reselling it.
That's true. You could do that, but I still think that's considered work. We need to find
Yeah,
like the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of what work is.
I suppose if you did it like one time, it wouldn't be work. But if you're doing it on a regular basis so that you don't
That's a
have to go to
job.
work, then it's a job. Yeah, you're right.
People literally do that as their job.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
Like,
here's the definition of work. Activity involving mental or physical effort done in order to achieve a purpose or result. So that is anything
all right, that's work.
that requires thought to achieve a purpose. That's work.
So I'm still not giving up sleep though. Or is it that you don't have to sleep, but you could sleep if you wanted to?
That could be too.
Like
Like
you don't need the sleep to regenerate and rejuvenate your body, but if you want to take a little nap, you can.
if that's the situation, then
Ooh,
100%.
yeah, we're flipping answers now.
Yeah, because there could be days where I just now all of a sudden have 24 hours to do what I want, but then other days when I have nothing to do, I could be just like, I'm just gonna sleep. Why not?
Yeah. So we switched this game from would you rather to what would you do for this instant and also for this instant.
Well, there's just so many options. It's like if you put anything else into it, there's a chance I'm gonna change my answer.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point. All right, what's the next one?
All right. So my next one, I'll go with the next one that I picked because it feeds into this one. Whereas, would you rather get up early or stay up late? Obviously, I love sleeping. I'm not waking up in the morning. I will stay up until 5 o'clock and then get up for work at 8:30 because I just like to be up late, but don't wake me up in the morning. Like I specifically scheduled my store hours for Sundays to not open until 12 because Sundays are for sleeping in and don't wake me up before 10 o'clock on a Sunday.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will also pick stay up late just because I cannot wake up early. I don't know. I think it's just everyone has a different circadian rhythm, and now that I've moved to California and I'm in Pacific time, it seems that I go to bed earlier than I used to, but I used to stay up in high school, I would stay up till 3 or 4 a.m. When I got older and couldn't do that anymore, I would stay up to like 1 or 2. But now I go to bed at like midnight. So still later than I would say a lot of people. But yeah,
Yeah.
if I have to wake up before 7, it's not happening. Like
Yeah.
I will be miserable all day and you will hear about it.
Even if by some crazy chance I pass out at night and it's like 8 or 9 o'clock and you try to wake me up before 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm still not doing it. That's too early. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how much sleep I get. I don't want to get up early. But you know me, like it'll be like 11 your time and I'll be texting you and you're like, what are you doing up? Don't you work tomorrow? I was like, yeah, so you're like, okay, I have to go to bed now. It's like almost midnight. I'm like, all right, have a good night. I'm just still over here not sleeping. But yeah, I would definitely rather stay up late. There's not even a situational change on this one for me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are things that I've had to get up early for, like high school and stuff when I was younger, and I did it. I just didn't like it. And
Yeah,
when I was younger too, my mom would always get so mad at me because I'd stay up late and wake up late, and I'm like, what does it matter? Like
yeah.
I'm still
We
getting
like
eight
to sleep.
hours, and I'm still, well, I wasn't getting 8 hours, but
Uh,
I was getting enough to live, and I was still getting everything I had to get done that day. Like I
yeah,
still went to school, I still went to work, I still, I don't know.
yeah,
It's not like people who do that are lazy. I hate when people say you're lazy because you wake up after 8 o'clock. It's like,
yeah,
no, I went to bed at 2. That's only
yeah,
6 hours. Who's the lazy one? You slept for 8.
yeah, exactly. I did more all night long when you gave up and went to bed.
Yeah. Like there will be sometimes I'll sit
I
on the
powered through.
computer and like be editing stuff or anything, and I get better work done at night.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I'll try and do it early in the morning, like wake up early to do it, and it's like I have no motivation to do this.
Yeah,
But it could be midnight and I'm like, all right, let's keep chugging.
yeah. My energy for the day doesn't kick in until like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
regardless of what time I wake up. But I definitely prefer to stay up late than wake up early. Like sometimes I do. Sometimes I have to get up at 5 o'clock if I have something going on for work and I have to make a trip into the city and pick up stuff before and then go work all day. Like I'm gonna get up early, but I'm gonna be miserable and I'm gonna be a nasty bitch all day because I you cut into my sleep time.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not tired, like I still am like no, like that's my time.
There was that one day I woke up last week at like 3 a.m. and I couldn't get back to sleep. And by the time I started doing anything, I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I don't care how much sleep I've got. Like this is ridiculous. And people will do that on purpose. They'll wake up at
Yeah,
3 a.m. to go like work out and then go to work and shower and stuff. It's like you are insane.
yeah. I
That's when I'm
mean,
going to bed.
good on you if that's what you want to do, but that's not what I want to do. No, thank you.
No. And it's insane to me. It's not insane to do it. It's also
Yeah,
not insane to wake up at 8 o'clock. It's not insane to wake up at 1. What about people who work overnights? Are they lazy? No. I
yeah,
just,
just different times.
yeah, it just makes me mad that this world is just, oh, gotta work a 9 to 5 and gotta be up at 6 a.m. And no, screw that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna wake up and I'm gonna roll out of bed and then I'm gonna go to work.
All right, what's your next one?
Um, that was that not mine or was that yours? I don't remember. I'll
That was
just
mine.
go. Okay. Would you rather never be able to eat cold food or never be able to eat hot food? I still haven't decided.
Did drinks count as cold food or no because they're drinks?
I think I'm gonna say no.
Okay, then I would rather not eat cold food because cold stuff hurts my teeth.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also I feel like I probably eat more warm food than or hot food than cold food
As long
because
as I could still have like iced coffee and iced water because I do like my water iced.
yeah, I would say, well, what do you eat that is cold? Cereal?
Um, yeah, I do love cereal. Oh
But
gosh,
does
that's so
cereal count because milk is a liquid?
well, I mean, the food is like not hot.
That's
Like
true.
the cereal itself isn't hot,
That's true.
real
So
hot.
you can't have anything room temperature,
Damn,
basically.
okay, okay, well now we're changing my answer here.
Well, it's not changing the answer. I would say you can eat cold or room temperature stuff. Room temperature. I said rude temperature. What is wrong with me? But it has to be made hot.
Okay, so if I warmed up my cereal, I could still eat it.
Yeah, that's how I'm interpreting this. Because some people eat hot stuff cold or cold stuff hot already. You can't just say
Yeah.
something is a hot food because what's a hot food to you might be a cold food to someone else.
Yeah, because I will cook something and like sometimes if I'm gonna eat something that's left over, like you take it out of the fridge and I'll just eat it cold from the fridge rather than heating it up.
Yeah, which if we were doing it the other way, that would count because it would have been a hot food.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm also gonna
So I
say
could eat a
hot
hot
food
and cold when it's
because
cold?
no, you have to heat it up every time.
Oh. I think I'm gonna pick cold food.
I'm going to stick with hot because what about meat?
I could eat a cold burger.
But you have to heat it up.
Oh damn it. um
How the hell are
yeah,
you
I
gonna
just
cook it?
oh gosh. Well, okay, well what if I just didn't eat meat? And I just ate cereal. I don't want to give up cereal or salad now.
Well, you can eat them, you just have to make them hot.
I don't want hot lettuce. That
Hot
sounds
salad.
gross.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
super disgusting. I don't eat that many things that are cold. I could get by without cereal because I shouldn't be eating it anyway because it makes me sick. Even though it's good. I do like ice cream a lot, but I can eat donuts instead and just make them hot.
I need to change my answer. Answer. I need to change my answer officially to I would give up hot food because no way in hell am I giving up pickles, and I'm not eating them hot.
A hot
The
pickle. That
longer
sounds
we,
so gross.
I do like a hot pickle. For those of you without the video version, I winked. Uh, yeah, I can't give up pickles or olives, so I changed my answer.
Okay.
Initially, all I thought about was ice cream being cold because for some reason, all I thought was frozen when you said cold. So I have to change my answer officially to I'm gonna only eat cold stuff.
Other than ice cream though, and cheesecake, I guess, I can't really think of anything I eat cold. And now that's kind of messing with me because I wanna think of something.
Do you eat cheese?
Yeah, but you can heat cheese up. I like
Do you
hot
eat?
cheese.
Do you eat? Well, I guess you could heat up mustard too.
Did
I
you
don't know
just
why
say
I
heat
only
up
thought about
mustard?
yes. I don't know why mustard is the only condiment that I could think of.
I don't even
Oh
really
gosh.
eat mustard.
Um. Oh, that's right. You don't. You like ketchup. Ew. Um.
I'll
I
eat
was
hot
just thinking
ketchup. I
about
don't care.
pretzels and putting mustard on a pretzel. So I think now
Um,
I'm just hungry.
I eat cheese with pretzels, so
Oh, that's good too.
that is good. All right,
Lactose
what's your next
intolerant.
one?
Okay. Um. Okay. Would you rather be rich or be poor and find true love? I'd rather be rich.
Rich, 100%.
I don't even need to debate this one. We can just move on.
No. I
I
mean,
mean, you could elaborate if you'd like to, but I have nothing more to say.
I don't
Uh,
really have anything to say either. That was pretty easy. That was immediate.
yeah. Do you have another one, or do we use all yours?
We used all of mine, but I am trying to find more. So if you have another one, go for it.
I have one more. Um, would you rather have a child who is smart or a child who is kind? Granted, neither one of us have children or want to have children, but I would rather have a child who is kind
Me
because
too.
you could be as smart as they come and be an asshole, but to be kind is so much more in this world than to be smart, in my opinion.
And a lot of times being smart is really awful because even like being smarter than the average person, you just think everyone's dumb and it's really annoying trying to do anything ever. And I don't know if that's just a personality thing or if that's something a lot of more intelligent people deal with, which I've heard it is. So,
Mm,
like, just being kind of angry and isolated and socially kind of anxious and inept.
yeah.
So I wouldn't want to put that on my children, especially those people who are like, "Oh, you're so smart, you're so gifted," and then they put a complex on their kid, and then their kid ends up being like really awful later.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sad.
I've seen that.
I think I would, yeah, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't put that on my child or have other people put that on them either because sometimes, even if it's not the parent putting the pressure, like just society and other people and
Right,
things like that is just a horrible thing. And
right.
just, it's so easy to be kind.
And
And that's what I would want.
when I was a kid, a lot of people told me I was smart, and a lot of people tried to get me into like gifted programs and stuff, and I didn't really care. But it kind of gave me a complex when I went into high school, and I was like, there are so many people smarter than me. And I don't know
Yeah.
why anyone told me I was smart. I am extremely average. And then I was put into classes that I couldn't deal with because I couldn't keep up.
Yeah. You don't want to set yourself up for that. Or not yourself, sorry, your child up for that.
Right. You want
Yeah.
to give them a life better than yours was.
Yeah.
I found another question that's kind of interesting
Okay.
alongside parenthood. Would you rather have nosy parents or strict parents? And
Um,
I don't know.
that my I would say my parents were both. My dad wasn't nosy, but my mom always needed to know what was going on, and also they were very strict.
I think this is kind of a catch-22 because if you have strict parents, you're going to do more things that they would probably want to find out about because you're going to be hiding stuff from them. So if you
Yeah,
have strict parents, you're probably going to end up getting nosy parents in the long run. So I think that going with nosy parents from the beginning is better off because nosy parents don't technically turn into strict parents. They might just
yeah,
give
they
you
just
shit or make fun of you, but they might not necessarily turn strict.
like sometimes you just really need some privacy though.
Yeah, but if they're gonna invade your privacy anyway, because every strict parent I know ended up invading someone's privacy because their kids were trying to hide crap from them
Hmm.
because they knew they'd get in trouble if they didn't.
Yeah.
So I would say, unless your parents were dumb and didn't know how to be nosy, that I would start with that.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know if I could. I don't even know which one I would pick. Like I said, I grew up with my parents were both, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I would probably pick strict because I would want to have some privacy.
Yeah, if they didn't end up turning into nosy parents in the long run, I would definitely go with strict too, because
Yeah.
a violation of privacy is way more upsetting to me than just being told what to do, even though I vehemently hate being told what to do.
Yeah. You absolutely do not like that.
But
Um,
it's like I would want I did a lot of weird things as a teenager, and I'm not saying weird like creepy or gross, but just just being a teenager and being a weird kid in general, I did weird things. And if my parents would
mm.
have known about all of it, that would have been so embarrassing. And like, I know my parents probably either would have made fun of me or tried to get me to stop. And
Mm,
that would have been probably more annoying than strict.
mm.
I don't know. My
Yeah.
parents weren't really either of those things, so it's really hard to tell.
No. I don't know. Like I agree with like what you're saying and everything. I just don't know which one I would kind of go with on that front.
That's why it's called Would You Rather, because you're
Yeah.
supposed to pick.
I don't know. I said I think I would pick the strict one, I guess.
All right.
I guess. Hold me down. I'm gonna pick that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales? I would rather be covered in fur because it seems softer and cuter and sounds kind of hot. Like I'd probably sweat, but maybe not because I don't know how fur works. But the idea of being covered in scales kind of skeeves me out.
I think this depends on, again, situational. This depends on what benefits each thing would give to you and also where you live. And I don't exactly know what scales do.
I don't either. I mean, I'm just going also off like I have psoriasis, so like when I have like breakouts or like the patches of plaque psoriasis, I'm like that's kind of scaly, but not in like a functional way. So I don't think I would want to pick that. I think
That's
I don't want to
true.
have fur because I'm just thinking about a cute little baby bear cub and it's cute and furry.
I'm thinking of if I'm furry, I would just like be able to pet myself all the time.
Yeah, just like scratch behind your own ear all day.
I wouldn't
I'm
even
just
need a like a dog or cat. I could just be
yeah.
myself.
Like I'm not picturing myself covered in fur. I'm picturing myself turned into a bear cub.
Oh.
So I don't think I'm doing this right, but it's all right.
Well, I'm thinking now about what people would think about you, and I definitely think people would be more afraid of the scales than if you were covered in fur.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want people to run away from me and stuff, so
Yeah, that too.
I'm going with fur.
Okay.
Would you rather give up bathing for a month or give up the internet for a month? This is a tough
Um,
one.
I'm gonna give up bathing because how am I gonna function without the internet for a month? Like, because technically, like, even just I couldn't even text you for a month because I couldn't use
Yeah.
the internet. I couldn't do any of my work at work, so I wouldn't have an income for a month. I wouldn't be able to check Twitter 700 times a day to see that there's still no notification. Yeah, I would just be sweaty and stinky for a week and not go around anyone.
A month,
Oh, I mean a month. Oh God. Okay.
not a
Oh jeez.
week, a month. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Excuse
think
me.
this question is easier for me because I work from home. So I cannot bathe for a month and just not leave my house. And no one would be the wiser except for my boyfriend. Sucks to suck. Um, but
You're
I
like,
I
but
need
listen.
internet to do my job, and I need it
Yeah.
to, like you said, check social media like the addicts we are. So yeah, I'm definitely giving up bathing.
Yeah. For the sheer fact that we need it for work
Yeah,
alone. Like we can't give up a whole month of work over so stupid like taking a shower.
right.
People went for millions of years without showering.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. I
Yeah.
wonder if this question, like, you can, again, we're adding stipulations to it, but I wonder if you can go to like the ocean and clean off, or if that's against the rules. Like, what if I just want to go swimming?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, also, I live in Florida, so it rains every day.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it's the
just walk
summer,
outside.
so yeah, I just go outside when it rains, but
I
only
just
during the
think you
day.
can't use like soap.
Yeah, at least you get a
Just
little rinse off.
right. It rains literally like 2 days a year here, so I'm screwed, but that's okay.
Yeah, you just hang out at the house dirty for a month.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
I
think that
mean,
would work out for you.
I don't like smelling myself, so that would annoy me, but you probably get used to it after like a week, I hope.
I think so.
She
Just
said
put it on a little
hopefully.
nose plug. Put a little lotion right here.
I
You do
just
like what I do, with just icy hot under your
yeah.
nose.
I just
Yeah.
couldn't sleep in the bed because I wouldn't want to ruin my bed.
Yeah, yeah, you'd have to get like a blow up mattress with like
Yeah,
some cheap sheets
exactly.
for the month.
Do you have any more questions?
Um, I had one more, but I just lost it.
Oh.
Oh, would you rather give up all drinks except water or give up eating anything that was cooked in an oven? This one's pretty easy to me. Even though I love coffee, I would give up all drinks except water.
Really?
Yeah,
Does the stove count as the oven?
no,
Okay,
but
then I'm
but
giving up the oven.
I'm not giving up pizza.
You can make that other
Pizza's
ways.
pizza's cooked in an oven.
What about that spinny thing?
What?
You know those little things that you could put on your counter and it spins and like heats up the pizza? It is
No.
not an oven. So,
Can you send me a link for it later because I don't know what you're talking about.
yes, I will link it in our no,
It
I'm just
cooks a
kidding.
pizza. No, I mean like just send it to me.
I know.
Uh, it it cooks a pizza on the counter
Yeah. I
like
don't
a
know how you
fresh
haven't seen
pizza.
this. They are old. I mean, you can make your own pizza or you can use a frozen one. It just has to be a certain size, I think. My
Okay,
dad has one. Hold on. I'm gonna
if okay, since again we're making it situational and there's no time limit, so I'm assuming this means forever. I don't think that I could give up coffee forever, but if I can make this pizza on this contraption that you're speaking about here, then I'm gonna give up the oven so that I can have coffee.
yes, because what else do you need the oven for?
I
Really?
mean, I do make a lot of food in the oven, but I can find other ways to cook it.
I would say there are a few things that I make in the oven, but it's stuff that I could make elsewhere. It's just I'm lazy and do it in the oven.
Like my dish I'm most known for making, like if we have get-togethers or go to something, is baked ziti. And like, how am I making baked ziti if I can't bake
That's true. Microwave.
it? But I am whoa, what? Okay, I'm gonna look at. I just opened the link
It's a
to see
pizza
this
presto.
thing. We're gonna have to like when you put up the YouTube video, can we put a little photo of it in there?
Yeah, but I'm not linking to Amazon because screw them.
No, 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 we're not linking to Amazon. I lost. I tried to do something um other than just stare at the screen while recording a podcast. Okay, here we go. I tried to open the link and I lost the video feed. I'm back.
The
Okay.
child doesn't know how to use technology.
I'm so old and also a child at the same time.
See,
But
now your ways have
okay.
opened and you can make pizza elsewhere, so we don't need ovens in this house.
And we can have coffee and tea.
And Liquid Death. Does this not a sponsor? Does this count as water
It is
technically?
water. It
Yeah, but
is
it's
water.
it's flavored water. I got the flavored
What are
kind.
you drinking? What kind are you drinking?
It's called Bury It Alive.
Oh, I've only had the plain one, like the regular water one. But yes, I believe that would still count as water because it is water.
Okay. I mean, I could probably do it for a little bit, but I want coffee because of who I am as a
Yeah,
person, not because I need
yeah.
it. But
I'm a sucker for having 800 coffees a day, whether they're hot or iced. Actually, I'm notorious for making a hot one. Notorious. Notorious for making a hot coffee, taking 3 sips out of it, putting it on the counter, forgetting where I put it, coming back 4 hours later when it's cold, and then drinking it cold. But I like my coffee anyway, multiple times a day, and I don't care if it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm
I
still
mean,
gonna drink it.
if you have a hot coffee and it becomes cold, it doesn't change the taste of it, I don't think.
No, definitely
And
not.
if you have a cold coffee and forget about it because they put ice in it, it's gonna melt and then it's gonna taste like poopy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you want cold coffee, just let it sit, hot coffee sit for a while, and there you go.
Yeah. If I get a nice coffee, I drink that thing so fast it doesn't have time for the ice to
So
melt.
do I.
Yeah. And then I'll like, all right, need another one.
'Cause
I
that
also
shit's
am a yeah. It's what? Sorry.
disgusting.
Yeah. I'm also obsessed with drinking tea, like iced tea. Even though I have a food allergen to something in tea, and
Oh,
it makes me so sick. But I don't care. I drink it anyway. It's my favorite thing to drink besides coffee. But like, I will be in so much pain for days just from drinking one iced tea. But I'm like, yeah, it's all right. I'll just have another one.
I wouldn't think tea would be worth it. If it was like ice cream and I'm lactose intolerant, which I am, that's worth
Yeah, I'm toxic.
it.
Toxic to myself so much.
We are both toxic. And on
Yeah.
that note, I think that's all for today.
Yeah, but hit us up on Twitter or any other of our social medias or in the comments on the face or the not the Facebook video. What is it? The YouTube video.
Yeah.
Videos come out on Thursdays, and the new episodes come out anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music on Wednesdays. Let us know what you think. Tell us about your would you rather options or what you think of ours, and we will get you next week.
See you later.
Bye.